Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. In our previous video, we discussed about the different types of questions in IELTS reading exam, and I told you that I'm going to divide that video into two parts or two sections because I cannot possibly cover all the 14 types of questions in one video. Otherwise, it would have been a very long video. It was already 25 minutes long, which is actually longer than average videos on YouTube. So I decided to divide it into two parts. So in the first part, we cover the first 7 types of questions. And in this video, the types of IELTS academic reading questions part 2, we are going to cover the remaining 7 types of questions. So without wasting any more time, let's get to the point straight away. So the eighth type of question in the IELTS reading exam is the sentence completion. So as the name suggests, you have to complete a sentence. Almost all the tests, IELTS reading tests have these kinds of questions. You will need to complete the sentences by filling in the gaps using the words from the passage. Very simple. You will be given a sentence or a list of sentences with gaps in them, and you will have to find the answers from the reading passage to fill those gaps and complete the sentences. It is different from sentence ending completion because in sentence ending completion you have to add words at the end of the sentence to complete sentence. But in this type, the gap can be anywhere. It can be in the start of the sentence, it can be in the middle of the sentence, or it can be at the end of the sentence. So this is the difference between the two types of questions: sentence completion and sentence ending. The sentences must be grammatically correct and fully make sense. After you add a word to fill in the gaps, the sentence must be grammatically correct after you have added the word, and it should fully make sense. If it is not making any sense, or the sentence is grammatically incorrect after you have added a word in the gaps, then the answer is probably incorrect. So you have to go through the question again and find the correct answer. Okay, so it also makes it easier for you to find the right word or answer, and because you have to make the sentence grammatically correct, there should be no grammatical mistake, there should be no spelling mistake. So it becomes easier for the test takers to find the answers. Okay, answers usually come in order. Okay, the sentences are usually in order, so the answers are also, those answer also come in order. So what does it mean? Well, it means that let me explain you with the help of an example. It means that, as you can see in this example, we have 4 questions: question 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. In fact, we have 5 questions. Okay, 9 to 13, it become 5. Okay, so what does it mean that the answers come in order? It means that the information provided in the question number 9 comes before the information provided in question number 10, which comes before the information provided in the question number 11 in the passage. Okay, so the passage discuss this information before this information, and it discusses information as a capital and before the information provided in the question number 11. So the answer of the question number 9 will be available before the answer of the question number 10 in the passage. Okay, you got my point? As the questions are in order, the answers will also be in order. So if you find the answer, if you have found the answer of question number 9 in the passage, the answer of question number 10 would likely be below that answer in the passage. Okay, got my point? So moving forward to question type number 9, which is list selection. In list selection, you must choose the right option from a list of names, words, or information. It is not the same as multiple choice questions. In multiple choice, the answers in the list may not be related to each other. In list selection, all the answers in the list are related to one idea or concept. In multiple choice question, there you are given a question and a list from which you have to find the answer. The list may contain 3 options or 4 options, and all those 4 options may be totally irrelated to each other. They may be related to each other, they may not be related to each other. Okay, but in list selection, all the answers are related to each other, and you have to actually find the options. You may have to find five options. You may have to find four options, which you may have to find three options which are related to the question being asked. You got my point? Okay, you must read the questions carefully and paraphrase them. I have told you many times that the questions are usually rephrased. They don't have the same wordings as used in the passage, so you can rephrase them to understand their meaning or analyze them or try to understand that what their point of view is. Okay, keep in mind that the answers do come in order as I explained in the previous question types. What does that mean? That the questions will be in the order, so you can find the answers in the passage in the descending order. Okay, always read instruction carefully to check what you need to do. What does it mean? That you must always read the instructions, and because it clearly tells you that how many words you can write as an answer. Okay, so this is an example. So choose five letters A and K. Write the correct letters in the boxes 14 to 18 on your answer sheet. Okay, your answer may be given in any order. Okay, below are listed some popular beliefs about genius and giftedness. Which five of these beliefs are quoted by the writer of the text? Okay, as I explained previously that all the options in a list selection question will be related to each other. Okay, or they may be related to the question being asked. Okay, what is the question? The question is that below are listed some popular beliefs about genius and giftedness. Okay, so all these options from A to K are related to beliefs about genius and giftedness, but you have to find five options which the writer has mentioned in the passage. Okay, you got my point? All these options from A to K are related to or about genius and giftedness, but you have to find five of these beliefs which are reported by the writer of the text. You got my point? So all these options are related to the geniusness and giftedness, but what you have to do, you have to find five of these options which have been reported by the writer in the passage. You got my point? Okay, so this is the list selection question. Moving forward, the question type number 10 is choose art title. Very simple. As the name suggests, you must choose the appropriate title for a paragraph, a section, or a whole passage from the given list of titles. Okay, can be quite confusing because all the titles seem appropriate in the beginning. All the titles in the list may seem correct or appropriate for the passage, but only one of them is correct. So you must pay attention to the paragraph to understand its message or point of view. You can usually find the appropriate title by reading the first paragraph and the last paragraph of the passage. It is the introduction and the conclusion usually contains all the information about the passage. So reading those paragraphs carefully will lead you to the right answer. Choosing a title is usually worth only a point, and you must not spend too much time on it. This section or this type of question usually contains only one question, and one question in IELTS reading passage only has 1 point. So you must not spend a lot of time on this type of question because it is only worth a single point. But you have to solve it after all. So this is an example, question number 40. Choose the correct letter A, B, or C. Write the correct letter in the box. Okay. 40 of your answer sheet. What is the best title for the reading passage above? Okay. As you can see, it has only one question. There will be only one question about choosing a title, and what you have to do is to choose the best title from this list A, B, C about the passage you have read above. Okay, it can be a coffee, a popular drink, coffee the main consumers, coffee the main producers. Okay, you have to choose the best title or the most appropriate title for the reading passage above from a list of titles. Okay, so as you can see, all these titles are very similar, so you must pay good attention to the passage and rephrase the title as well to find the correct answer. It is very simple. So moving on to next question type, table completion. The tables in reading test are quite similar to tables in IELTS listening test. You must complete the table by finding the correct words from the passage. The table usually have gaps which you have to fill by adding the words. Okay, all the answers for the table are usually in a specific part of the passage. So this is interesting. The unlike other types of questions such as summary completion or list completion or sentence completion, the table asks questions about a specific part of the passage, or all the answers for the table are usually available in a specific part of passage. For example, the table is about the third paragraph of the passage or the second paragraph of the passage or the last paragraph of the passage. So if you identify the first answer, the rest of the answers may most probably be in that paragraph. Okay, the table asks questions about a specific part of the passage. Keep this point in your mind. The column headings also give you a good hint of where to find the information. So the column headings such as the test, the findings, it will also give you a good hint or clue about where this type of questions are coming from. For example, uh, a certain part of the passage may be discussing about the test and its findings. So when you find that paragraph which discusses the test or the and its findings, the rest of the questions, rest of the answer will also be in that paragraph. Okay, so keep pay careful, be very careful or pay good attention to the heading columns and the paragraph from where you find the first answer. Okay, the rest of the answers will also be in that paragraph most probably. So the moving on to the 12th point of the diagram completion. In this type of question, you must label a diagram. Okay, simple is that. You will provide a diagram and the diagram will be partially labeled, and your job is to label the rest of the diagram or complete the diagram or sorry, or to fill in the blanks or to answer the questions mentioned in the diagram. Some of diagram labeling. For diagram labeling, most of the information is also available in a specific part of the passage. Just like table completion, you can find most of the information for diagram labeling in a specific part of a passage. Okay, no need to assert on this point anymore because I've explained it detail in the previous question type. So keep in mind that answers do not always come in order. In this case, diagram completion case, the answer may be out of order, and so you have to pay careful attention to the diagram, analyze the passage or the paragraph carefully, and find the answers, find the correct answers. Okay, so check how many words you can write for each answer. Okay, I have discussed this point too many times. So this is the this is the example of diagram labeling. Label the tunnels of the diagram below using words from the box. Write your answers in boxes 6 to 8 on your answer sheet. In this example, they have also provided us with the box. You have to select words from this box and label the diagrams or fill in the blanks or answer question number 6, 7 and 8. So dung beetle types. Okay, the diagram is about dung beetle types and how do they live, or what is their life cycle, and how do make burrows, or what do they do in their daily life. So dung beetle types are French, Spanish, South African, Mediterranean, Australian native, South African bar roller. So this is the box of answers which you can use to complete or label this diagram. Moving on to flow chart completion, the question type number 13. In this type of question, you must complete a flow chart by filling the gaps using words from the passage. All these questions that are diagram labeling, table completion, or flow chart completion are quite similar to each other. Only the nature of their, only their form is different, or their shape is different, or the the method of asking a question is different. Okay, in a sense they are very similar to each other. You can follow the direction of flowchart using the arrows and boxes. Keep in mind that a flowchart usually has two directions that are from left to right or top to bottom. So the direction of the arrows will give you a good hint of what is the direction of flowchart. It can be either be from top to bottom or left to right. The flowchart is usually a summary of the passage. It represents a workflow or the process. Sometimes the passage or the reading passage describes a process such as a manufacturing process of a product, or a discussion, or a lecture, anything you can think of that can be converted into flow chart. So it is usually a summary of your passage. It represents a workflow process. In this case, the answer will come in order, and check how many words you can write for each answer. So this is the example of a flow chart. The serious search for an anti-aging pill. Question 1 to 3, complete the flow chart below. Choose no more than 2 words. So you can not write 3 words or more than 2 words for the answers. And how a caloric restriction mimetic works. Okay, so the first of all, the CR mimetic is followed by, you have to provide the answer here, which is followed by production of ATP is decreased. Okay, so the theory 1, theory 2. So this is how a flowchart works. In this the information is divided into steps. Okay, and you have to complete the steps by filling in the missing words. Okay, and finally we have short question answers. It's very simple. You will be asked a question about details in the passage, and you have to answer it in a few words. Paraphrase the vocabulary in the question. As I have told you so many times, that the questions are usually paraphrased, or they use synonyms. So their wording or the wording may be quite different to the wording from the passage. So you must paraphrase the vocabulary in the question to find the right answer. Scan the passage to find the related information. Okay, scan all the passage to find the related information. Thoroughly analyze all the questions before you write an answer. Check how many words you can write for the answer. Answer do come in order. Okay, this is the example of short answer questions. Question answers. Answer the question below. Choose no more than 3 words and a number from the passage for each answer. Okay, you cannot write more than 3 words for each answer. You cannot write 4 or 5 or 6 words for the answer. Okay, write your answers on the boxes 12 and 13 on your answer sheet. What is produced to help an athlete plan their performance in an event? Okay, so you have to write the answer of this question in no more than 3 words. Okay, this is just like simple question and answers. All you have to do is to scan the passage and find the answer to the questions, but you cannot write more than 3 words for the answers. Okay, well, these are the 14 types of question that you can come across in IELTS reading exam. I hope I have provided you with a good idea of how this question works and what you can expect in IELTS reading exam, or the type of questions you can come across. And in the coming videos we will discuss all these types of questions individually. I will create individual videos for all these types of questions and provide you with all the tips, tricks, strategies and techniques you can employ to answer this question correctly and secure higher band in IELTS. This video, or the series of these videos was only the purpose of these videos was only to familiarize you with the questions you can expect in IELTS academic reading and IELTS academic listening tests. Okay, so thank you very much, and once again, please do not forget to subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon. And in the next video I will discuss the types of tasks you may be asked to complete in IELTS academic writing test. Okay, until then, see you and goodbye.